Good morning everyone. Today we discuss about classical yoga. I am Dr. Mahendra Dhakad, Assistant Professor, Gyan Vihar University, Jaipur. First we see review pre-classical yoga. In yoga philosophy, classical division we see firstly. Classical division of yoga, there are major four type of yoga. First is Raj Yoga, Royal Yoga, or the resplendent yoga of spiritual kings. Gyan Yoga, yoga of wisdom or cultivation of discrimination. Karma Yoga, yoga of yakshan, freedom from action. And last, Bhakti Yoga, yoga of devotion or the self-transcending power of love. Gyan Yoga. Gyan Yoga, yoga of wisdom or cultivation of discrimination. Gyan Yoga is the path of knowledge, wisdom, introspection and contemplation. Gyan involves deep exploration of the nature or being by systematically exploring and setting aside false identities. Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga, yoga of action, freedom from action. Karma Yoga is the path of service, mindfulness and remembering the levels of our being while fulfilling our action or karma in the world. Bhakti Yoga, yoga of devotion or the self-transcending power of love. Bhakti Yoga is the path of love, devotion, emotion, compassion and service to God and others. All actions are done in the context of remembering the divine personality. Raj Yoga, Royal Yoga or the resplendent yoga of spiritual kings. A comprehensive method that emphasizes meditation while emphasizes the whole of yoga. It directly deals with the encountering and transcending thoughts of the mind. 6 School of Indian Philosophy. First, Yoga, practical method for direct experience. Sankhya, framework of manifestation. Vedanta, contemplative self-inquiry. Vaisheshik, physical science. Nyaya, reasoning science. Mimamsa, freedom from action. Yoga as a philosophy relies heavily on the Sankhya and Vedanta for a philosophical framework. Yoga practical method of direct experience. Yoga systematically deals with all of the levels of one's being as they strive to experience the external center of consciousness. Sachidanand Sat, beginningness, Chit, conscious and Anand, bliss. In the Yoga Sutra and seems to be codified, systematized or scientific study of inner states. The goal is to so as to experientially go beyond all of them to center of consciousness. Sankhya framework manifestation. Sankhya philosophy offers a framework for all the level of manifestation from the subtles to the gross set, creating a complete understanding of the whole of reality. Sankhya deals with Prakriti, matter, Purush, consciousness, Buddhi or Mahat, intelligence, Ahankara, I-ness, 3 gunas, elements of stability, activity and lightness, mind, manas, cognitive and action senses, indriyas, and the 5 subtle and gross elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space. Vedanta. Vedanta is contemplative self-inquiry. Vedanta philosophy and practice provides contemplative methods of self-inquiry leading to realization of one's true nature, that which is not subject to death, decay, and decomposition. The essential percept, prakriti, matter, as a grosser element is subject to change and therefore neither a basis for reality nor eternal. Purusha, consciousness, on the other hand, being the subtle elements, is unchanging and therefore the foundation of reality. The teaching of Vedanta are best captured in the book of Brahma Sutra. Remaining school, Vaisheshik, physical science. The Vaisheshik system emphasizes the physical science such as chemistry, exploring the elements of earth, water, fire, air, and space, as well as time, mind, and soul. Nyaya Vaisheshik, Nyaya is science of reasoning. The Nyaya system deals with logic, the process of reasoning. Doubt is considered a prerequisite for philosophical inquiry. Other systems of Indian philosophy draw on this process. Mimamsa, freedom from action and freedom through action. The Mimamsa system pursues freedom through action. It has a detailed philosophy related to ritual, worship, ethical conduct, which developed into the philosophy of karma. In yoga philosophy, process of yoga, nesting of patterns, a nesting pattern become apparent as one begins to study yoga. There is no doubt that the lesson learned on the mat can translate of the mat. On the other hand, it is what happens on the mat a metaphor for what happens of the mat, or is what happens on the matter merely a reflection of other greater but veiled reality? This is one of the greatest discussions to come out of the yoga tradition. Is there merely a singular basis for what is really, where body and consciousness are parts of a singularity one? Body, senses and action, breathe, conscious mind, and active and latent, the unconscious mind. There are relation between body and mind. Mind are two types, conscious mind and unconscious mind. And we see the some concept on our table. First, gross anatomy. We see upper side, Om, Kosha, Chakra, anatomy and posture, and at limbs. First, inhale. Aname, Kosh, food apparent seat. Chakra, Mooladhara Chakra, root chakra, primal instinct, male, earth, and red. Anatomy and posture, rooted posture, feet, legs, spine, large intestine. The limbs, niyam and yam, foundation. Second, we see the the Swadhisthana, the sacral chakra, creative or one's own place, female, water, yellow. Anatomy and posture: hips, sacrum, genital, lower back, genital organs, arm, bladder and kidney. Asanas: the asanas are considered in Ashtanga Yoga dynamic extension from and toward the core. And third is pranayam kosh, pranamay kosh, air apparent seat. The Manipura solar plexus chakra, personal power, get up and go fire, male. The organs and posture are: anatomy and postures are navel, solar plexus, digestive system, tapas, sun salutation, core strength, boat pose, warrior pose, twist, passive back bends. And pranayams: breath, restrictions, organization and movement of prana. And fourth is integration, the anahara, heart chakra, unstruck and unheard air, female. The anatomy and postures are heart, upper chest and upper back, positive chest openers, shoulder, stretch, back bends, love and appreciate as we practice. And pratyahar, sense withdrawal, consider as a Ashtanga Yoga. Manomay kosh, mind stuff apparent seat, it is called The Vishuddha chakra, throat chakra, impression, male, neck, throat, jaw, mouth, expression, action, camel, bow, shoulder stand, breeze, flow are anatomy and posture consider in it. The dharana and concentration is the at limbs consider in it. And seventh is Vijnanamay kosh, aha, wisdom apparent seat. Ajna and third eye chakra inside, female. For the anatomy and posture: forward force, posture, placing pressure on forehead, creative, focused, affirmative energy, dhyan, meditation consider in it. And subtle anatomy and silence, Anandamay kosh. Sahasrara and pure consciousness, white and male, I suspect union. Meditation primarily posture that comfort on it. Samadhi is considered in it. The journey inward, movement inward, awareness in the result, our interaction with the experience of the other world. With this awareness can be proceed at the different level of being. The deeper and movement inward, the deeper and awareness, this sensation then become something that is either directly experienced or risked against by the mental body. Our emotions get in the way of our directly experience of material reality. The subtle anatomy and gross anatomy. There are 5 kosha: Annamay kosha, food body; Pranamay kosha, energy body; Manomay kosha, mind body; Vijnanamay kosha, wisdom body; and Anandamay kosha, bliss body. A seed is a covering or skin that covers. Peel these away to reveal the true self. We may see the kosh of Anandamay, Vijnanamay, Manomay, Pranamay and Anandamay. Kosh attributes. The first we see Annamaya Kosha, food apparent seat, the physical body, asan and stability. There are physical, and second is Pranamaya Kosha, air apparent seat, energy body, pran it means energy and vitality. Third is Manomaya Kosha, mind stuff apparent seat, mental body, manas mind and its clarity. Vijnanamaya Kosha, wisdom apparent seat, intellectual body, Vigyan intellect and comes the wisdom. This is subtle. And last is Anandamaya Kosha, bliss apparent seat, bliss body, Anand come bliss and bliss, the Subhatva. This is a Kosha. Theory and practice of Sankhya Yoga. Prakriti and its evolves. Purusha, it means consciousness. Prakriti, unmanifest, as manifest primordial matter. Mahat or Buddhi, first principle of individual intelligence discrimination. Ahankara, ego, allowing of self-inquiry. Ahankara divided into three parts: Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. Sattvic, lightness, illuminated. The mind come to Sattvic, five cognitive sense. Jnanendriya, it means hearing, touching, seeing, tasting and smelling. The five active instruments: Karmendriya, speaking, holding, moving, processing and eliminating. Procreating, Janendriya. And Tamasic, five subtle elements, Tanmatra, and five gross elements, Bhutas, generated by Tamas, Tanmatras. The five Bhutas are earth, water, fire, air and space. Gunas. Prakriti primordial matter has three characteristics and attribute: Sattva, lightness, Raj, activity and Tamas, stability. These three combine and recombine so as to from the various aspects of mind, senses and five elements: earth, water, fire, air and space. That is the evaluation system of Sankhya, Prakriti and its involves. Self-realization. The journey of self-realization or discrimination of pure consciousness, Purusha, from unmanifest matter, Prakriti, is one of systematically using attention to encounter, examine and transcend each of the various levels of manifestation, ever moving attention further inward towards the core of our being. Prakriti and its involves. Purusha. Purusha is of the two companion principle. Purusha is consciousness that is untainted, ever pure. It is self-existent, standing alone from other identities of individuality. Conscious beingness, the principle of spiritual energy. Purusha is the transcendental self or pure consciousness. It is absolute, independent, free, imperceivable, unknowable, above any experience, and beyond any words or explanation. It remains pure, non attributive consciousness that is undifferentiated and without distinctions. Prakriti. Prakriti is related to Purusha, which is transcendent, is the subtlest of the material aspect of energy. It is the primordial state of matter, even prior to matter as we know it in the physical sense. Prakriti manifests as the three gunas and other evolutes. While Purusha is considered uncaused, Prakriti is considered the first cause of the universe. As the base of physical reality, both matter and force are considered to emanate from Prakriti. Since it is the first principle, Tatu, of the universe, it is called the Pradhan. But as it is unconscious and unintelligent principle, it is also called the Jad. It is composed of three essential characteristic trigunas. These are Sattva, fineness, lightness, illumination, and joy. Rajas, activity, excitation, and pain. Tamas, conscience, heaviness, abstraction, and sloth. All physical events are considered to be manifestation of the evolution of Prakriti or primal nature, from which all physical bodies are derived. Each scientist being is a Purusha and is limitless and unrestricted by the physical body. Sansar or bondage arise when the Purusha does not have the discriminate knowledge and so is misled as to its own identity, confusing itself with the physical body, which is actually an evolved of Prakriti. The spirit is liberated when the discriminate knowledge of the difference between conscious Purusha and unconscious Prakriti is realized. Prakriti and its elodes. Prakriti is a primordial matter, Mahat Buddhi, Ahankara, Sattva and comes to cognitive sense and five active instruments, five subtle elements and five gross elements. Ahankara, ego. This is the process of ego by which consciousness can start to incorrectly take on false identities. Here, the word ego is used not to mean the actual qualities such brother or sister or loving and cruel, but the capacity itself to take on the countless identities. Manas, mind. Manas is the instrument which is the driving force behind action, speech, and the thinking process It is also the recipient of the sensory input. It is useful to know that here mind is being used in this more limited way rather than the whole of the inner process called antahkaran, which include manas, ahankara, buddhi and chit along with the senses and the five elements. Mahat or buddhi, this is the purest, finest spark of individual of Prakriti, primordial matter. It is very first of the elements of Prakriti. It is individuation, but yet without characteristic. Buddhi is the word which applies to individual person, while Mahat refers to universal aspect of this process. According to yogis, there are two nerve currents in the spinal column called Pingala and Ida, and there is a hollow canal called Sushmna running through the spinal cord. At the lower end of the hollow canal is what is the yogis call the lotus of the Kundalini. They describe it as triangular in form, in which it is a symbolical language of the yogis. There is a power called the Kundalini coined up. When that Kundalini awakes, it tries to force a passage through this hollow canal, and as it rises step by step, as it were where layer after layer of the mind become open, all these different vision and wonderful power come to yogi. When it reaches the brain, the yogi is perfectly detached from body and mind. The soul finds itself free. The Yoga Sutra of Patanjali. Who was Patanjali? While there is a side speculation as to the identity of Patanjali, most scholars believe that the Patanjali responsible for the Yoga Sutra was more of a compiler of than an author. However, this need not diminish the authoritative nature of the sutras. In order to compile a body of yogic wisdom into coherent and connected through mark, Patanjali is inspired authority of yoga. The Yoga Sutra of Patanjali 195 Sutra make up the fundamental text of Raj Yoga. The Yoga Sutra has built on foundation of yoga philosophy are generally seen as the practice, while Sankhya is the theory. Patanjali Yoga Sutra accept the Sankhya dualist perspective, dividing reality into world and phenomena. According to Sankhya, Purusha, self or consciousness of soul, is opposite Prakriti, nature and matter from which is the world is created. The second part of Sutra, the Sadhana path, also summarized the Sankhya perspective about all seen activity lying within the realm of the three gunas and Sattva, Raj and Tamas. Yoga organized in India 4,000 years ago. A spiritual teacher focused on uniting the earthly practitioner with the divine conscious. Today, this is practiced around the with the diversity of intention that still anticipates union. However, yoga is evolved the encompasses a broad acceptance for what that union is and for the what purpose. In general, it is best described as a mind body spirit system for achieving self awareness. Historical context. The Yoga Sutra incorporated the teaching of many other Indian philosophical systems prevalent at that time, especially Buddhism and Jainism. Much of Patanjali's system takes on the formulation and testimonialism terminology that was common among Buddhists of the time. Meditation and Samadhi technique are directly borrowed from the Buddhist, which, with the addition of the mystical and divine interpretation of mental absorption, make up the overarching technique of the eight limbs practice. Patanjali was influenced by the success of Buddhist monastic system to formulate his own matrix for the version of through he considered orthodox. However, it is also to be noted that the Yoga Sutra, especially the fourth segments of Kaivalya is critical of various elements of Buddhism. Similarly, five yamas and or the constraints of Yoga Sutra of Patanjali resemble to five major oaths of Jainism, indicating influence of Jainism. Three other teachings closely associated with Jainism also make an appearance in yoga. The practice of non-violence, ahimsa, is one example. The Yoga Sutra appears to have much in terms of connective tissue, linking it to other schools of philosophy or prevalent at the time. For instance, many concepts common of Buddhist technique can be shifted from Yoga Sutra, just as understanding the anatomy and alignment of the human body is one posture help inform other posture. A lot can be learned from those understanding how those connective tissue work create a fully function system. Structure. The book Samadhi Path, the first book, second book Sadhana Path, third book Vibhuti Path, fourth book Kaivalya Path. In Samadhi Path, yoga is defines process, yoga practice, Ashtanga Yoga and Kriya Yoga. Second, Sadhana Path, Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam. Third book Vibhuti Path, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi, and final and fourth book Kaivalya Path on Samadhi, subdivision of Samadhi. It is easy to study the Yoga Sutra and eight-limbed practice is separate from one another. However, there is a lot to be learned by how the sutra exists as a whole. It is important to notice, for instance, the book first is named after the final limbs of eight-limbed path, Samadhi path. Right from aphorism 1.2, we notice yoga clearly defined clearly with Yoga Chitvritti Nirodha, or Yoga, the science of the calming of the mind, while 1.3 tell us why this matters. It isn't until book 2 Sadhana Path that we see the elements of the practice itself addressed. Sadhana Path is translated as practice and discipline. Eightfold Path containing a process that becomes increasingly subtle. We see that the sadhana path addressed the more tangible limbs yam, niyam, asan, pranayam and pratyahar, while book third Vibhuti path contains the more subtle limbs dharana, dhyan, samadhi. Do we practice the first five with expectations of gaining the powers discussed in the Vibhuti path? Organization, 5 section of path: Samadhi path, Sadhana path, Vibhuti path and Kaivalya path. Sadhana path on concentration, its spiritual use of integration, and sadhana path practice or discipline. Vibhuti path on extraordinary powers or progressing, and fourth is Kaivalya path on isolation, liberation, moksha and transcendence, nirvana. Book first Samadhi path on contraction, integration, alignment. Yoga is defined: purpose yoga practice, Ashtanga Yoga and Kriya Yoga. Book 2 Sadhana path, practice discipline, discuss practice yam, niyam, asan and pranayam. Book 3 Vibhuti path and extraordinary powers of progressing, and fourth book Kaivalya path on isolation, liberation, moksha and nirvana. Samadhi path on being observed in spirit. Regarding translation and interpretation, generally speaking, there is common sense as to the overarching purpose of the Yoga Sutra. However, the word used to describe that purpose vary widely. At first, it would seem that this is the cause of the interpretation, personal opinion, which is undoubtedly partially, and the case differs from other translations. However, articulation thus ideas that are the true contents of the sutras is difficult not only because of the barriers of time, language and philosophical perspective, but also because each author's audience can harbor bias toward one language system over another language system. For instance, the word faith holds different meaning with different context. Faith in a Christian sense may point towards a faith in a triune God manifesting as Father, Son and Holy Spirit, each set apart from mankind. At the same time, various Eastern understanding of faith may be more acquainted in terms of a belief that one day they will reach a state of realization or enlightenment. All of this culminate interpretations that frequency vary in minor way and often in larger ways. Regardless, it is important to understand both the learning of the writer as well the needs of the reader. It is also important to consider the interpreter's purpose when readings and translation or commentary. To convey a body of information or articulate a concept, believing that true understanding appearance as topic be common clearly grasped. It is to bring about realization by guiding the student along a path what will articulates itself as each step it makes. Both have their virtue. It seems, however, that the former in a more recent phenomenon until the invention of the printing press and the ability to acquire and study information teaching was meant to elicit a response from the student that signifying an understanding that how the student is prepared to taking the next step. All thus say that a teacher will use whatever words necessary to create understanding in the student, even if it is not the ideal word or the direct interpretation of the concept. Likely, the best translation or interpretation will be one that brings about the greatest realization of the individual. Now, yoga is explained. Renowned teacher Tim Miller suggests that the one aphorism of Yoga Sutra at Yoganushamam often translate as now yoga is explained or now begins the teaching of yoga. Samadhipad yoga defined in the similar way as many classical words of its variety. The beginnings of the Yoga Sutra clearly states the purpose of the sutra, a clearly thesis statement and the clear description of the benefits found within the sutra of with yogasya chitvritti nirodha. 51 sutras in Samadhipad, various interpretation of the second aphorism in the Samadhipad. Yoga Chittavritti Nirodha. Yoga is the restraints of mental modification. Yoga is restraining the mind stop chit from taking various form vrittis. Or Charles Johnson, union spiritual consciousness is gained through control of the versatile psychic nature. Now yoga is explained. Sutra 1 Ath Yoganusasanam. Ath now proceeds of yoking, union, Anusasanam teaching exposition. Now then, authoritative instruction in yoga. Gregor Mahel. Now concentration is explained. Swami Vivekananda. Om. Here follow instruction in union. Charles Johnson. Now the teaching of yoga. Chief Hartranft. Now here the science of training the mind is explained by author. Here in the first verse of the Yoga Sutra, we have the word now, which when you think about it is an add by of initiating the work. It is almost as though the piece were part intended as a speech or as a proposal. If this verse is case now could be taken several ways. First, in traditional way, now means as you begin read this word, yoga is being explained and the process of learning about yoga has begun. I will explain yoga now. Another way to read now in this context would be something like now having tried everything else, finally yoga. And third, finally, perhaps now actually means now, as in right now, in this present moment, the study of yoga only takes place in the now. It is as it now signifies that the text is not teaching, but instead that in each moment there is potential for understanding. The text then becomes something like field notes or a guidebook. I think that in many ways the Yoga Sutra can be read in this. The probably many other ways it may be that Patanjali might be saying simply, hey, pay attention of your life. Yogasya Chittavritti Nirodha Yoga is defined. Yoga is restraint the mind stop chit from taking various from vrittis, according to Swami Vivekananda ji. According to Patanjali, Yoga se Chittavritti Nirodha, yoga process of yoking union, chit conscious and vritti patterns, turning movement, and nirodha stilling cessation restriction. According to Charles Johnson, union spiritual consciousness is gained through control of the versatile psychic nature. (1.2) Consider chit is the various process in the mind or mind stuff. The waves of thought in the chit are called vritti, literally the whirlpool. What is thought? With regard to these varied translation, we see that thought does seem to have aspect that refers to the physical world, while thought does not have material qualities. It does have the ability to affecting change with the physical world in this respect through in a force in a similar manner as gravity and electricity. Would then it be possible to say the thought by itself in something to be measured rather than to be valued? Could thought be understood in terms of intensity rather than if it is good thought or a bad thought? In this context, thought as force can be suspended, equalized, and negated. At the same time, thought can be intensified, added to, and or increased.